Journey to the Savage Planet offers an exploration experience that limits the scope set by games such as No Man's Sky in order to provide a more streamlined adventure. This becomes both a boon and a hindrance to the game and will resonate with some players whilst potentially alienating others. You play as an explorer for Kindred Aerospace, one of the company's many different business ventures. Kindred has sent several travelers to numerous worlds in order to discover potential settlements, and your character has been tasked with surveying planet AR-Y26. From here, you must interact with the various flora and fauna to gather resources in order to upgrade and build new equipment, allowing you to access new areas and discover even more organisms on the planet. Let's focus first on the planet itself. Unlike the aforementioned No Man's Sky, your exploration is limited to one singular world, albeit with wildly varying topography. There's no procedural generation to speak of though, allowing for a thoughtfully crafted planet that continuously impresses in 4K on the Xbox One X. The world is filled with a wide variety of creatures, but none as numerous as the adorable pufferbirds, that are more often than not harmless unless provoked. Pufferbirds come in all different kinds of variations, which usually indicates a new type of gameplay that your character has unlocked with new 3D printed gear. Not all fauna is as pacifistic, however. Defeating creatures with your bolt beamer provides resources such as carbon and silicon, which can also be harvested in larger quantities via giant crystalline protrusions. These resources need to be taken back to the Javelin, your ship, in order to be cached. And if you meet your untimely end before doing so, you must trek back to the location of your death to reacquire them. You also get a small resource boost for burying your former materialized body. Depending on the resources you collect and the discoveries that you make, you will be able to 3D print new equipment, such as the jump thruster and proton tether, to access new biomes and previously inaccessible areas. The game pushes the character with side missions and global quests to step off the beaten path and explore the planet, which is ultimately a necessary step to achieve the true ending of eventually leaving AR-Y26. Lastly, the planet's flora presents the player with different procurements that are equipped in their left hand. These items can heal the explorer, aid them in combat, or can be utilized to also open up new areas of the world. Success in the game requires the player to constantly be topping off these assets. Hidden plants can even be consumed to provide permanent health and stamina boosts to the player. And don't worry if you lose track of the many elements of the game. The Explorer's helmet is equipped with a scanner to inform them of what a certain benefit a plant can provide, or how to defeat the specific creature. All these disparate elements mesh pretty well as the game progresses, with exploration becoming surprisingly fast-paced and fluid. 3D platforming fans will find a lot to enjoy in the game. However, even once you unlock every ability, the game never does anything radically new that leaves you feeling immensely satisfied. Boss and mini-boss encounters also rely on the simplistic aim for the glowing parts mechanic whilst dodging their attacks, and the game only ever increases in difficulty by making these glowing parts harder to hit. The final boss encounter becomes insufferable because of this. In terms of story, I found it to be the most underwhelming aspect of Journey to the Savage Planet. Your mission objective is only to ever explore, but the discoveries you make are pretty bland and well tread by plenty of other games. In addition, the story makes an attempt to address the problems with colonization and resource harvesting, but the message is lost in the midst of the jovial and light-hearted nature of the game. The writing of the Kindred video messages, as well as the Echo AI that accompanies you throughout your adventure, is well done, and Echo has a few funny bits of dialogue that had me chuckling.
Do it now, or I'll say this again using exactly the same words and exactly the same tone of voice.
But when the credits roll rather abruptly, after making the final discovery at the heart of the planet, you are left with simply searching for a resource to convert into fuel for the journey home. Your desire to do this is going to be greatly influenced by your enjoyment of exploration, which is arguably the strongest aspect of the game, but you'll probably feel zero narrative drive to do so. Typhoon Studios, the team behind Journey to the Savage Planet, is a small developer. However, they utilize their limited resources to create a game that does one thing really well: exploration. The story is paper thin, and the gameplay can be of varying quality, but I did feel the pull once I'd unlocked all of my equipment to return to previous areas and see what new secrets I could uncover. But if sitting back and just exploring a well-realized world is your thing, Journey to the Savage Planet is for you.